Hey, what's going on, YouTube, my family, and my friends? Excellent Dreams here, back with another exclusive video for you today. Today, we're waiting on Sherdana Watkins to come aboard. She has a few issues that I wanted to help her out with today, and I hope that what we go over in our training today, that most people will be able to take from it as well. What's going on, Sherdana?
How are you?
Hey, friend.
Hey, help. Um, I can't I had to walk away for a few days because it just wasn't working. I don't know what took place. I tried to recreate what you showed me,
Yeah,
and I'm still even today I got the same error message. I said, "You know what? I gotta let Ray take a look at this." Um, I did the blocks where you cut half the word out. I made it through all of that.
yeah.
Um, the first you'll see I
I
have to
see.
share my screen. Let me share, send request.
I can almost imagine that it's the smallest little thing. Watch.
I bet. And I'm so I got so frustrated, but I said I needed your help, and I was like, this is so frustrating.
Go ahead,
Did it?
share your screen. Let me see.
Okay, let's see. I want to share the whole thing, so entire screen,
Yeah.
and hit share. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me minimize this and pull this up. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I made it through this one.
Okay.
I made it through that. But when I come down here, you highlight. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have TRW up. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me move that. And let me move us up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Just a second. Um, you highlight the word. I'm going to place and fill. I'm going to path fill. It path fill. I'm going to merge overlapping stones, and there's the error message.
Okay. Okay. Um, the the only step you're forgetting is let's go back. Um,
Oh, hit no,
yep, hit no.
and then it moves it. So I have to do Control Z. Control Z doesn't even work. The only way I can go back is hit the back button.
Okay. So right here.
Okay, let me approve you. Go ahead.
Okay. So right here.
Uh-oh.
All right. A few things that I noticed
Okay.
when you clicked on it, when you click on up here, as you can see, it you can see the nodes, the 9 nodes around it, right? The
The little ones or the nine. Yes, I
yeah,
see that.
the black boxes.
The black boxes.
When you
Yes.
click down here, you still see the black boxes, but then you also see the MOD. You can tell that this is still, if I double click on it, it's still editable.
Okay.
Okay,
What
so
did I do wrong?
you got to remember to weld the text. So right here, uh, it's already welded because if you double click on it, the nodes pop up. That means that when you did this behavior part right here, you actually welded it. Right here, down here, it's not welded. It's still in text. It's still in text mode. It's still in text form. Because if we double click on it, instead of
I can
getting the
make
node,
correction.
yeah, we can still change it. So from here, you want to remember after you get your text, after you got your text, and after you chose your font, you want to weld it. So you want to click on it and then weld it.
Where's weld?
Weld would be right here. Let's see here. Let me deselect it. Let me click on it once.
It's not coming up. Hmm.
See, hold on. Let's see here. Weld. Simplify, yeah, would have been right here.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Let me move this up just a little bit. I'm going to hit save. Behavior. Or modif MODIFICH.
FICH. Yes. Hmm.
Boom. Let's save it. And then let's try to click on it again. What's this? Oh, that's to create boundary. That's weird. Hold on. So why isn't it? Oh, okay. Another thing. When I'm designing, I like to make sure that everything fits within my workspace. So you see how you have the words behavior outside of the workspace? So
Yes.
let's just change our workspace right now to like 50 by 50.
Okay.
Boom. Now we got everything in there to fit. Let's save it again.
It'll automatically save to the file you named it to, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, now it came up here.
So what changed? Was it the
Uh,
workspace?
maybe, maybe. Um, Throughout all of my years of working with Corel, like sometimes, and I can't even say that it's what I'm saying it is because it's not like I had formal training where I sat down in the class and I learned all of the in and outs. But in my 14 years of using the software every day, it's little things like uh see this bar right here, it's outside the workspace.
Yes, because I had nudged it over because I wanted to save it. So when I did the other half of modification, I would have it.
Yeah. So it should still nudge over perfectly. It
Oh,
doesn't.
okay.
Okay. But let's say you nudged it out there, right? And you left it out there and you hit save and you closed your computer down and you went away on vacation and you came back 3 days later and you opened this up. I've had it to where times things that were outside here that were not inside my workspace, I couldn't even click on it. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't move it. So uh, that the issue that we were just having where we clicked on modification and we couldn't weld it, I was like, okay, I looked at it and I was like, well, maybe we can't weld it because half of it is outside the workspace. Once we changed that, we were able to weld it. But here's another thing. Let me show you though. So I'm a I'm a control C, then I'm a control V it just to make a copy. I don't know why this comes up sometimes it does, but if we hit N, okay, we can still zoom in and out. We just have to open back up our design wizard.
Mm-hmm.
We know we have our copy right here though, so let's go ahead and nudge that over. Edit, let's nudge it over. Let's nudge it over twice. All right,
Okay.
so we have it half of it stuck out right here. Okay, we can still weld it though. It, but maybe that's because it's a copy of this one, regardless if it's sticking out that side. But let me show you. When you did your place and fill, you did a, a island fill,
Island. No, I did a path fill.
a path fill. It was
Mm-hmm.
to the outside. Everything was the
No,
same.
no, it was it the outside? I thought it was the inside. Uh, I believe it was inside.
Okay. Add stones. How many islands? One island.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you left this at 0?
Yeah, I didn't touch any of that.
Okay. Let's go path fill, and you went right to merge,
Merge.
overlapping, we're
Mm-hmm.
going to get
And
the error. Okay? Here's why we get the error. You ready? You forgot this part. Watch. Path fill. You want to clear the paths first, then merge overlapping stones.
but when I followed your video, we did it reverse. I wrote it down, which
If we, yeah, I know. If we did it reverse, it was. Remember, whenever you're using any one of the fields, let me do it again. So say we use uh hatch field.
Hatfield.
If we jump right into merge overlapping stones, we're going to get the error. So we got to remember to it's it's always a 3-part step. It's let me make sure I got it. See, we gotta sometimes you want to wireframe it. You want to wireframe view just to make sure that you went back far enough to get those lines out of there. And let's say we path filled it, and then
Mm-hmm.
we went right into merge overlapping. It
Uh-huh.
still have that line in there. See the line there?
Oh, go back one. Just go
Yeah.
back one step. Yes. So you got to clear the path
You
first.
got to clear
That's
path
because the
first.
path, the line is the path.
Yes, yes. But you won't see it right here, so sometimes it makes it hard to remember if you haven't gotten into a rhythm of it. So if we clear the paths now and then merge overlapping stones, we shouldn't get that error. Let's wireframe it just to see.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the line is still there. So what we can do is I'm gonna highlight the whole thing and then clear the paths and merge overlapping stones.
So let me ask you this, because I want to make sure I get this correct.
Yeah,
If I am clearing the path, I'm not holding down shift clear path.
not on this one.
Not on this one.
Yes, okay. Let me delete this one. I'm gonna grab this one and I'm gonna bring it down. Make a copy. So on this one, we're just no matter which 4 of these you use, whenever we use any one of these 4, you have to clear the path and then merge. It's 1, 2, 3, always.
Right. And that's what I wrote down. I'm so confused because I got it. I was
No,
following.
no. I want to help you become unconfused, right? So whenever you're doing field, even if it was a square, it's always 1, 2, 3. You're confused in that with this. If we were to take one of these and let's say we were filling a line and the other one was over here, and we clicked on one and we held shift and we clicked on the other one and we
Under
did,
edit and
yep,
fill between two.
this is where you have to
Hold the
shift
shift.
and clear the path. That's the only time you have to shift and clear the path. The other one, it's always 1, 2, 3. Uh, island field, clear the path, merge overlapping stones. So one is 1, 2, 3, and then this one is just after you make your line, you want to make sure. Let me show you. Even if you don't, let's say you forget to shift and clear. When you go to do your templates and it actually makes your template for you, you should be able to catch it then. And I'll show you why. So
Okay.
let's fill between two. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
we did our fill between two and then we clicked off of it. Boom. We walked away. We came back. It's all still one segment.
One piece.
Yep. And it's going to remain one piece. Let me show you. Let's do another line. Uh-oh. Another line and another line. These last 3 lines, I'm going to highlight them. I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to clear the path from those lines. I want to make sure that I did it because that should be separate. This one should be separate. This one
Okay.
should be separate. Now, this one is still together. This whole line is still together.
I see. So, yeah, as soon as you moved it. Okay.
I'm going to grab all 4 lines. I'm going to go to my template tab. And I'm going to right click right here on vinyl overcut stone 2+ cut. Because you know, if we right click on the stones are not going to flip. They're going to stay the same because they don't have to be mirrored. So let's right click on vinyl overcut stone 2+ cut. We got an error, of course, because that one row is still stuck together.
It's stuck together, right?
Let's see if it still gives us what we need. Exactly. Perfect. So as you can see, it did them right here, but then we still got this lonely little soldier over here by himself, and they're still all stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, you should catch it thin, like you know what I mean. Let's see here. These shouldn't be stuck together. So it did separate them here, but you should be asking like, why is this lonely row over here by itself? Like, you know, and as you can see, when we actually click on that row, it's all still stuck together to the one over here on this side.
Wow. Huh.
Like for me, like it's stuck together, not just that one on that one side, but the 2 that started the original line, this
The
one
original, the one
and
on
this
each
one.
end.
Yeah. Like me, I was able to catch it. And it only happens a few times where you're moving so fast you forget to hold shift and clear the path. So now they should be separate, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe you were confusing the 2, but the one mistake that I seen that you were making on the text were you forgot to hit the clear the paths before merging overlapping stones.
I
So
had it back. I had it backwards.
you had it backwards. So regardless if, let's see here, this should still be okay. That's still editable. That's still a text. This one
Right.
down here is still a text. Let's go ahead and weld it. We're gonna click on this one. We're gonna weld it. We're going to back to our place and fill,
Pass fill.
island fill.
Ah, it was
Yeah,
pass.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, you just showing me. I'm sorry.
yeah. I'm
I'm
just showing
sorry.
you to each his own. Remember, I was telling you, you're gonna get into the fields that you like, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna do another copy. So you have to remember, I'm gonna set it up for you, and I'm gonna save it down here. But I like my okay. Let's go aquamarine. Aquamarine. I'm gonna click on this first one. I'm gonna do your path fill. I'm going to clear the paths.
Clear path first, then
Yep.
merge
Then
overlap.
merge overlapping. So the path fill every time it's going to take away the text and give you just your stones. With the island field, though, going to do the same thing. Clear the paths, merge overlapping stones. And the island field, it made it thicker. I don't know why. When we have it on only one island here.
Yeah, I see.
Let's go back. It should have been one island. So we got it on one island. And I hit the island field. And
It did it. It
it's
still
still
did
trying.
it.
Yeah.
It could
That's
be it could be just the font that I'm using.
and the size of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it would have been one island like this one, but it still doubled it up in the middle. Okay, but I want to show you
Yeah.
something here.
Okay.
I'm gonna make another copy. On this one, we're going to change the corner detect angle to 130. And we're going to change our contour spacing to 0.075. Island fill. Clear the paths and merge overlapping stones.
Okay, I got a question. How
Yes.
in the world did you know to do that? Is that coming from just experience?
When I first got started, uh, the first one of the earlier trainings, long before the Design Wizard got to Volume 5, it was like a Design Wizard 1.4 software. Uh, Matt Vassallo held the training one night, and he was explaining to us the corner detect angle. I think 130 is the max. So as you can see, up on the other ones, it didn't really detect the corners. All of the corners, it sort of like did what it wanted to with the rhinestone and
Yeah.
tried to curve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it right here. Save Design Wizard settings. So
Okay.
that way when you open it, it should come up as 130 here and 0.075 here. Another thing I like to do, let's try another one.
Okay.
The more and more I started playing around with the software, the more and more I wanted to know. So I would open it up every day and just really, really tinker around in here. And I noticed that if I turn this field line spacing, it's always been 0.14. I've been using the software for 14 years. I kept it at 0.14 until the last two. Last two, I was in there, I was playing around with it, and I was like, what's this A right here? And I put it on automatic. So that's basically the automatic field line spacing from top to bottom. So field line. So it didn't really make too much of a difference. So that's why I really kept it on. But boom,
So now it detected the corners.
it detected the corners, and I mean it's still off just a little bit here and there, like it always does this to the edge of the T's or whatever. Now let's see.
But it's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not a lot. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. And I think it's 9 on here too. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's kind of close. So the field line spacing, I realized it didn't really hold a lot of weight, except instances like this. We got one on automatic. We're gonna do a hatch fill. Clear the path, merge overlapping stone. Over here, let's put it back on 0.14. I think it was 0.14.
Yeah, it was. Clear the path, merge overlapping stone. Let's see what happens.
So it's 160, 1806. 1806, as we can see down here in the left hand corner
On one layer,
on
right.
one layer. What's that? 1635?
Uh-huh.
Right. So it's denser on the right than it is on the left, as you can see.
Isn't that crazy? They're closer together on the left. You're
Yeah,
right.
well,
And
yeah,
on the right there is space between. So I would prefer to have the one on the right because when you cut it out, it wouldn't tear.
exactly, exactly. So, um, so the past 2 years, I've been leaving the field line spacing on automatic. Like, uh, I felt it looked better. It was cleaner. Like, I was able to save what 200 stones, and it still looks the exact same. Made the work a lot easier. when like I tell people a lot, there is a lot to learn in this software, and it's hard to get through most of it in an hour or maybe even 2 hours. But I believe with the hour of um, beginners training and then somebody actually uh, taking the time to use the software every day and get in there and nitpick around, versus um, using it every once in a while. You use it every once in a while. Every time you got to order, you're going to be um,
You're gonna forget.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you like it is. I'll forget.
not only forget, but you'll become the fear will set back in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of not, oh my God, where's this? Where is that? Where is in it? If you use it every day, even just 10 minutes jumping in here playing around, like, okay, I'm gonna play around and see what this does. Then your fear will go away and you'll easily jump in there and be like, okay, I'm gonna do something new today. That's because I I believe I know how to do it, and I'm gonna have to show myself that I know how to do it. That's how I learned, because a lot of this stuff was not there's no training on it. There was nothing I can find on YouTube that taught me how to. So I started feeling it. I was like, okay, what happens if I change the field line spacing here from 0.002 to I mean 0.06? And I had my little notebook and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so now I know if I make this number larger, you're going to space out further. Like,
And
so,
when you say space out, it's the letters between the space between the letters or the
yeah,
space between the stones.
space left to right. So this number right here is the space left to right. Right now, it's on 0.02. We're going to leave it at 2 for this one on the right. That's Hatchfield, clear pad, merge overlapping stones. And then we're going to take it up to like 0.06 on the one on the left. 0.06. Hatchfield, clear the
Yeah,
path. You can
didn't
see
have
it
to save
already.
it. Yeah, you
Uh,
can see the spacing. Yes. Wow. Oh my goodness, that's a significant difference.
Significant difference. Also, think about it though. Um, Technically, I still charge the customer the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still going to give a nice, good coverage. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's still
And
fully covered.
it's definitely covered. And we're using half the stones. Let's see here.
That's 1051 to 1635.
Right, right. So sometimes, especially those customers who be like, "Oh, what can I get for 35?"
Uh-oh.
I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna change these numbers here just a little bit, like, and it's going to drastically. Let's see what's the difference in modification now using those settings.
Now, why, when you delete it, I'm just asking you a question. Why did you do half a modification and then the other half?
Check this out. If I highlight the whole thing, I'm getting all of the rhinestones and the text. As you can see here, if I zoom in, the crosshair is on the text too. I mean,
Oh,
if I hit delete, it's going to
it's
delete everything.
oh,
If I only grab half, it's only getting those stones because remember, I have to have the whole word of modification inside of my selection tool in order to select modification as well. So
got you.
if I only get this half of stones and then I grab the other half of stones, then I'm able to successfully delete one half and delete the other half without doing this. The other way I would have did it is I would have highlighted the whole thing. Now I have all of the stones and modification highlighted as well. But now I have to zoom in, press shift to deselect the word modification. Now you see it's no longer with the crosshair. Now I can hit delete because I deselected the word from the selection. So I think it's quicker to just
To
go in
delete
there, yep, and grab half of it, boom, grab the other half, and boom.
makes
Versus
sense.
versus grabbing the whole thing. If I grab the whole thing, now I got the text too. I gotta zoom in, hold shift to deselect the text, and then delete the rhinestone.
Wow, you just taught me something major there because you know what I would have done?
Yep.
Delete the whole thing, type,
And then
start it
over.
over from the beginning, type the whole thing out. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
just showed me that was valuable.
And and that's once again just for me using the software every day. And as business was picking up, I was like, man, I gotta start doing this stuff faster. Like, you know what I mean? I can't be taking one day to do two designs. You know, I was just trying to speed up my workflow. So it's a lot of things that I taught myself just trying to crunch time, you know. Let's see how it looks with the new point zero 0.06.
So we highlight it. We go to now you did island fill, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. That that looks good. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh
I'm
wow.
not gonna
That
hold versus the point zero 0.02. The point zero 0.02 is cool too. It's just tighter. Like you know what I mean? But what? One stone tighter?
just about.
It's one stone tighter. Let's see here. One wait a minute. We know on the app.
It was
One,
9 there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
It's still 9 there. And then on the other one, how
My
many was
bad.
it?
My zoom is so sensitive.
That's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One stone minus one stone.
Yep.
And it still looks fantastic.
Still looks fantastic. And also look, it didn't it didn't double up on the C.
Oh
So the C
yeah.
came out great. The only
Look
thing,
at the F. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So the
The
F
A
came
was
out better.
the A is a little better.
Yeah, it still has these two hanging off right here.
That's not bad.
That's
That's
not bad.
minimum.
The O is great. You know why this O? How would you say you gone? All right, brother. Like the O doesn't look bad. It looks tight, but this O right here looks perfect. So throughout the course of me using the software, I definitely, I spent maybe I spent a half a day like just playing around with these numbers
Hmm.
until I understood like if you go up on this number, it makes the contour spacing wider. Let me show
What's
you.
contour spacing is what when you say wider. Now, I understood the space going left to right.
Check this out. We're gonna start let's take it off of stones. No stones. We're going to the outside. I love this. I play around with this a lot. Let's go point zero 0.02. We're gonna zoom in so we can see this little line. one line, 0.02 on the contour spacing. Watch this. That little tiny line. Let's make it pink. Let's right click on this X to clear the outline. Look at that little tiny little outline.
Oh,
You can barely even see it.
see it, yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
almost a hairline.
a hairline. I'm gonna delete it and let's go to 0.06. Not bad. It's 3 times as thick, which isn't bad. I typically like I would do like a 0.06, and then I would click right here on this pink,
Mm-hmm.
and then probably do like a 0.1. So we're going up even more. We're going to make the next line thicker. Let's change that to dark blue here. So now, see what we got
Oh,
going on? We got inside, our inside text. We have our inner outline, and then we got our outer outline. Let me change the inner outline to white. It gave it that flair. It gave the text some flair.
it gave it a lot of flair. That looks nice.
Or we can do it like this. So I like to play around with it. Let's keep that on 0.1. So let's do our first outline 0.1. That's kind of thick. I like it. Now, let's see if we click on the pink and do our next outline, what, 0.15 or 0.2?
Let's let's do 1.5. Let's see what happens.
0.15. Island fill. Let's change it to gray or something like that.
Ooh.
So now we got our thin. I'm gonna change this to white so we can see it better. So now we got our thick, and then we got our thin, and then we got our thick on the outside. I like playing around with the different contours like that. For example, let's go back right here, click on our black, and let's go 0.02, that real thin one. Island fill, clear the pad. I mean, not clear the pad. Right click on this X to get rid of that.
Move the outline. Yeah.
Boom. So
That looks so nice.
yes, gave it a little pinstripe on there. So I play around, turn the stones off, turn the outline. I mean, turn it to the outside. You can even take those off again. Change this from 1 to 2. And let's change this from 0.2. Let's do probably 0.05. And we're gonna do 2 lines. So it's gonna double them up and do 2 of them at the same time.
Oh.
So now let's deselect and let's go in there and click in this inner line right
Inner
here.
line. Yeah. Inner circle.
Yep. Make that green. Let's right click on it to get rid of the outline on that one. And then this one, let's click on it. Let's go red, right click, get the outline off of that one. Boom. So it did the same thing again at once, but it did 2 lines, 2 islands. But then you got to remember, we still have to, if we want to use the inner one as rhinestones, we still got to cookie cut through them or trim through them. When we trim through it backwards, remember? So we got to look at it and say, okay, I want this where I want the black uh, modification. That's where the stones are going to go. So yes, if we chop this one, held shift and chopped it through the green. So now we got this, right? We can still take this whole shift and chop it through the red. Now we have it touching the shirt. But
Oh.
but the green is on top of the red now, which means that when you layer it, you're going to have to layer it that way. You're going to have to layer your red down and then layer your green down, because this part right here, this is going to be gone. You're not even cutting that out because that's where the
Right, because
rhinestones
that's
go.
the rhinestones. Right.
So the way I do it, though, I do it the opposite way, meaning, oh, I chop. Okay, go back one more. Yeah, okay. That means that I chop the green through the red first and then chop the black through the green. You get what I'm saying? So I take
So you highlight the green first,
the green
hold
first.
shift.
As you can see, it's still whole.
Mm-hmm. You hold the shift key and tap the red
Yep.
and then trim.
Then trim through that. So now we got the red first. The red is ready, you know. But now we still have the green, and pull
So
it
you
out so we
highlight
can
the
see.
green first. You highlight the green first, hold shift, and then highlight the black and then hit trim.
No,
No?
you have to. You got to see the direction that is going. So the red is already, that's the bottom layers. We've already took the green and chopped it through the red. If
Oh, you
we
got to chop the black through the green.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because if we
When,
took this green and chopped it through this black, the black is gone. Or nothing's going to happen because it can't it can't it can't trim through the black, or it's going to erase it all together.
mm-hmm.
So that's where we get the error. Nothing happened because it can't happen that way. So we have to trim this. Hold shift, click the green, and then trim through that. And now it's ready.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And
All right. You just
yeah,
taught me something else.
once you play with it a few times, you're gonna be like, okay, I know how to. I've done it all the way up to 5 layers.
Ooh.
But
And you would do the red and the green, you would do that in vinyl, and you could, and I'm asking, you could
yeah,
do the red and green in vinyl and the black in the crystals.
yes, yes.
Wow.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Let me ask this
Yeah,
before we do it. Or could you do the red and crystals and the black and the green in vinyl?
yes. Okay, so in doing so, we have to remember these are good questions. I like it. So check this out. We're gonna drop one stone here. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I did that. I basically came up, I chose my color stone here,
Mm-hmm.
then I came down here to
Drop
drop
stones
one
one at a
stone at a
time.
time. And I dropped one stone. Boom. But you gotta deselect it. You gotta remember to deselect it after you choose it, or it's gonna just keep dropping stones every time you hit the button. So when we look at it, what we can see is visually to the eye, that fits in there. Like it definitely does fit right in there. Visually, I'm going to move this off to the side just a little bit. So we're going to click on that red. We're going to go to our place and fill, to the inside, add stones, put it back on 0.075. All right. Everything looks good. Let's do our island fill. Oh, okay. We got an error. Why do you think we got the error?
We gotta weld it.
Nope, it's already welded and ready to go. This one is kind of tricky, but these are the things I want you to look for when you get errors.
I'm thinking, wait a minute. So if it's not welded, there's no path because we didn't have a whole bunch of them there in the first place. So there's not a path.
Right?
Is it highlighted? It's
No,
inside the workspace because we made it 50 by 50.
this one This one is a little complicated, and you wouldn't really understand it unless you see it more than a couple times on what you're trying to do. So, but basically, we got this error here. Look, it tried to do it anyway. You see the line here? Let's go back. Undo. Basically, what I did was the mistake here is it's trying to fit 4 islands into this
Oh,
this red area right here. So
that'll never work,
that'll
right?
never work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't say the I wish the error messages would be more error messaging to where like we can understand it. Like uh cannot fit 4 rows of rhinestones in red
Yeah,
area.
cannot fit,
Like
or just cannot fit 4 rows.
yeah, cannot fit 4 rows. So when we click on it and we hit the island field and it says error object variable or with block variable not set. Like, you know what I mean? When I used to get those errors, I'm sitting there like, okay, so what does it mean? Line 170, what? Okay, I don't get it. Would you like to report the error to TRW? I would hit yes. Like, yes, I would. Like, you know what I mean? I would report that error, but then I would go and I would get it again. And I would get it, and then I seen this like, okay, so it's trying to make 4 islands. Duh, Ray. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I would get it. Like, cause I would see this here. And I'm like, why did it do that? It tried to make an island. Then my eye would shoot right to the island part and be like, okay, there's my error. And I would change it to
Go
1.
back and change that to 1.
Yep. And now, boom, boom
Clear.
shakalaka. Let's
So you hit
clear
clear
the path.
path, merge overlapping
You
stones.
got it.
I'm getting there. I'm catching it.
So the reason why I drug that one stone out was to reassure myself that hopefully those stones will fit in that space.
Which makes sense, and I
Yeah.
understand that.
If it was smaller, if this space was smaller than the rhinestone, then you would just kept getting errors and you wouldn't know why. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's try it. I'm gonna get rid of all of those. We're going to get rid of this area here. And let's just hypothetically say we want 1 row of those yellow stones to try to fit right here in this green island field. We're going to get that error because what is he trying to do? Is he trying to fit those SS10 stones into this 0.05 of a
It's
line?
not
Like, you
gonna
know what I'm
work,
saying? It's
right?
not going to work. So a lot of people who there's not many that I train that come back and say, "Oh, I'm getting all of these errors," and then I'll be like, "Okay, let's dive in and let me see what it is you're actually doing." And once you truly understand, you'll be like, "Okay, I ain't gonna get no errors no more." Or when I do get them, I'm gonna woosah for a second, and I'm gonna look at my settings and be like, had to have put something in there wrong. You know what I mean? And that's why it's happening. Like it's not going to happen a lot, but it will happen enough for you to be like, okay, I'm doing something wrong because I know I'm not supposed to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And most of the times it's something real simple. Like
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 what I was doing. I
yeah
was merging overlapping stones and clearing path when it should have been clear path, merge overlapping stones.
yeah.
But the other thing I had against me too was the workspace. Now, I have to ask you, going back to the workspace, we made it 50-50 just to work on this. However, when I'm getting ready to actually do my I don't know what you call it.
Cut out the template.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I put it back on the width of my sticky flock?
No. No. Okay. Um. No. So even though our workspace, as you can see, with nothing selected, we see our workspace size 50, 50
50/50.
here. As long as you remember what size you want, the workspace size doesn't matter. So right now, it is kind of big. We had it. I never changed the size of the text. So the
Right,
text
right.
size is 16.4 by 6.6
Is that too
17.
big for a 2X? That's what I meant to ask you.
Depends. If you're putting it right here on the back, it's perfect.
No, it's on the front.
If it's on the front. So what I typically do every time, is at least for the first 5 years or so, I relied on this because my first my first couple of shirts were way too big. The designs was all up under the underarm and stuff. And then I started using this every time, until it formulated in my mind. You said it's a 2X?
Yes.
On a 2X, 11 and a half, maybe 12, maybe great, you know, depending on depending on the garment though. You got some 2X's that are 2XL T, and because they're
No,
longer,
it's not a T. That's the big and tall.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just a 2XL.
it's just a regular t-shirt,
Uh-huh.
not a sweatshirt.
No, just
Okay,
a
hold on, let me see.
t-shirt.
My 2XL being, that's a 3. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
We go a 2. Oh, that's a 3. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This should be a 2. That's a 3. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I didn't know I had that many in there. All right, here you go. 2XL. What I would measure this out to be, and it's a crew neck.
Yes.
I like to do it on a flat surface.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would go 12.
12 the largest. Because we don't want it under the armpits, like you said.
Right, right. But all the shirts are 2XLTs.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
just
2XL.
it's just gonna be two on this one.
Yeah.
They're both 2XL.
Well, 12 is perfect. If you want to go down to 11, that's even perfect too. Like, if you're
Okay.
going, I would go down to 11 if it has an outline on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you want it to be big and bold because two X is a big size for real.
It is. It is. I'm gonna have a hard stop in a minute. I'm sorry. My daggone grandson is here.
Okay, so
I
check this out real
I
quick,
just
real
don't want to
quick.
make noise.
Okay, let me show you real quick. So because it's 12 inches, you want to cut it out like this. Let me grab these. So
Okay, wait a minute. Let me watch you.
I'm gonna just drag these down. I'm gonna make them one color, same color. I was about to shut down.
What are you doing now? What did you
I,
do?
I was going to show you when you cut it out, you want to turn it sideways
Oh, okay.
because now it's longer than 12. It's
Oh
longer than
no, it
11
stopped
inches.
working.
Yeah, I know it's not working, and I seen that, but it's going to.
That's okay. Let him go.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute, Ray. Just let him go. Hi, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
No, it happens.
Yeah, my grandson is here.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Let me turn the TV on for him real quick. I'm sorry. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm almost done. Almost done. Here, let's look at what is it? Disney. You can look at Disney. Bluey. I'm sorry, Ray.
No,
I'm
it
coming
happened.
as quick as I can. And I'll send you your Zelle. You want to open it? There's Bluey. Okay, I'm sorry, Ray. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just opened it back up. Just real quick.
So, because it did that, will we lose what we did, or it should have saved it, right? Because you did. That's right. You hit save.
I did a few times. I did. And on mine, it typically auto saves after I save it the first time. Let's see
Because I
here.
have it set to save every 5 minutes.
You correct. And I thought we changed the name of it to behavior.
Modi Modification. Is it in the CDR folder?
What whatever
Go
folk.
up, go up, TRW images. No, that's where we saved the other ones. Darn.
Here, we'll do it like this. Check this out.
Uh-huh.
Right click right here on this folder.
Uh-huh.
When you right click on it, it brings up your most recent. So it looks like it may have been in the silhouette folder.
Huh.
There it is, behavior modification train.
There it is. It is in there.
So that's a shortcut.
Now since this file is version 20.0. What? To open the file, you must upgrade your version of the program.
Let's see here.
Turn the air on, Tier. I don't have it on.
Oh, is that true? Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, that has to be yours. All right, let's do it like this then. Let's close down Corel, because that's what you were working on. I I used to get that message because I have 2017 Corel on my work computer and then 2024 at home.
Hmm.
So
So wait a minute. Which one did you open up on the desktop? That could
uh
be it.
yeah,
No, that's the wrong one.
okay. I was like, yeah, that's the only time it
Open.
happens. No, let's open it. Just we could just open it right here from the
Oh, it's
document.
right here. It's this one. This one right here.
Yeah, but I already
Oh,
double clicked on the actual document and opened it from there.
okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I clicked right here on behavior modification and it should open up. So you installed it. You had two different versions.
I don't know how to take the old version off. Tiara,
Uh,
I'll get it in a second. Just give me a second.
yeah,
We're
it's a
almost done.
yeah. So it's 2018. That's the one that you're using, and that 2020 is the one that you need to take off.
Okay, there it is. It says, okay, T, I'll get it. Yeah, because I don't want you to mess something up that he has set. Just cut the ceiling fan on. The remote is right there.
Oh, that's what happened. You had beat me to it, and it opened it up, and it tried to open up all of those uh auto save files. So when you close Coreldraw down or it shuts down automatically, and you just open it back up, it's going to say you have an auto save file. Would you like to open it? You have an auto save file. Would you like to open it? You have an auto save file. Would you like to open it? I like to go directly to the folder and open up the file I'm trying to work on. If not, if I go here, if you go to the desktop and you click on it from here, boom, boom, you double click it from there, all of the auto saves that you have done in the past few weeks are all going to try to come up. They're going to say, uh, we found an auto save. Would you like to open it? We found it. Have you been seeing that?
Yes.
So I don't like it when that happens, but you do want to do it sometime. That way it clears out those auto saves so that they're not just waiting there in the wings every time you open up the software, hogging up your processing power. I like to go
Okay.
right from whatever folder that is in and double click right on the document. And then you don't have to wait for those auto saves to come up.
Okay.
Right. So it didn't save the
It
rest
didn't
of what,
save it.
yeah. Let's go here. Did it save this? Yes. So it did save your settings. As you can see, we got the 75 in there. We got the field line spacing at 1.4. Let's change that to automatic, and I'm gonna resave it. That way, every time when we close this down and open back up the wizard, it should be at automatic. Okay, boom. All right, cool. And this one right here should be a 130. Cool.
Mm-hmm. And that was, did
Uh,
we leave the space at 6 or was it at 0.02?
it was at 0.02, but we had changed it to 0.06. And remember, we were able to save 1 stone per letter, and I think it looked good like that. Like you know what I mean? So
Okay.
up to you. I'm gonna change mine because if I
I
can
like the
save on,
point. I like the
yeah,
6.
yeah, if I can save on stones and it's still gonna look the same and it's gonna
Mhm.
save me some dollars, I'm gonna save it. Like you know what I'm saying? Clear the path, merge overlapping stones. Look at that. I love it. I love that look.
It did good. It did really well.
Let me just show you real quick. I'm gonna let you go back in there and just make those few little edits and changes. I just want to show you real quick on templates.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna right click on vinyl. What happened now?
What
Okay,
did you do?
it still did it. Um, I should have made them both the same color so they both could have been on one, but they're gonna be two separate colors anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I do to save on flop is I would have moved this one over here. Boom. But you got to realize, you got to look at it, that when you go to cut it out, it's not going to fit sideways. So you have to turn it. Typically, we would have turned it this way and had it going on the mat this way, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mat would have been going like this, the 12 inches, and then you might have had 24 inches going this way or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you have to, and it's okay. You have to turn the text. Push this, push this to the back. Sorry. Open up. Push to the back. You got to turn your text and make sure that it goes this way on the mat.
Okay.
So what I would do if I were you, I would probably do somebody's name or do two more names that way, because it looks like it's 4 inches in height. You know what I'm saying? By 16 across. Or remember we changed it. We changed it down to 12.
To
But
12,
yeah,
right.
but Rhinestone Flock is still 12. So you want to make it maybe 11 or 11 and a half, and then you can go the other way. But if you're trying to put it on that 2x, I would make it 12 inches and I would just go this way with it and cut out something else in the other 6.5 inches.
Yeah, I can do that.
If not, then I would get rid of all of this. Yeah, we're see because you did the what's the name of the half fill, you lost your text.
Yeah, I noticed that behind it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. I'll redo it
yeah.
because I'm
So
gonna sit here and play with it and then recreate it.
yes. So just remember that if it's 11 and a half or shorter, you can go the width. If it's past 11 and a half, you want to turn it
Turn it around.
horizontally. That way it doesn't cut off the flock.
Okay.
I'm only saying it because I made those were some of the biggest mistakes I was making when I was just getting started. I would forget to turn it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So don't forget to turn it if you go past 11 and a half.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Give me about a half an hour, 45 minutes, and this recording should be available.
Okay. And I'm getting ready to send it over now.
All right. What's your grandson name?
Renzo.
Renzo. All right, Renzo. Have a great day.
Say bye bye. Bye.
Bye.
He said bye bye.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.